Bonnet. Salut. Ouais, toi? Tu vas bien?
Ouais, très bien.
I'm feeling kind of lost. I don't know what it is. Every morning when I start, oh man, I don't even know where this camera's pointing. See, I'm just a hot mess. I'm just like standing here. I'm gonna go to the Peloton to drop off a couple things, and I'm gonna try to go to Back in Black to also put in a virtual coffee order. That's my plan for the day, loosely, but like all these days, I don't know if they just are feeling the same, what the deal is with me. But I'm realizing, like, I gotta figure something out because I'm just treading water, is what it feels like. So, today I'm gonna make a vlog, partially because it just gives me something tangible to do and complete within the day, partially because I'd like to talk and give you a little bit of an update, partially because I am gonna try and do the virtual coffee and I wanna make sure to at least try to capture that on camera, partially because I'm just gotta figure out, like, I need to get going. Maybe it's because it's freezing outside. Maybe it's because, you know, we've been in this pandemic circus forever. Maybe there's a lot of reasons why maybe, you know, I'm feeling this way. It's not a mystery in the sense that I don't think that it's weird, but it is because I'm having a hard time putting my finger on it. I don't know if you feel that way. Maybe you feel that way sometimes, but I've definitely felt that way a lot this last week or so. I mean, let's just go. Let's get out of the apartment. We have the ability to go. Let's go. Stretch the legs, get some sunshine. I get no direct sunlight in here, so maybe that'll help. And well, I'll just see where the afternoon takes us from there. I think there are two things that come immediately to mind. And actually one of them's already led to another thought after that. But the first one is just the concept of stuckness. And the second one, I actually completely forgot what it is. I just brain farted, which is probably an effect of the stuckness. I don't know. But I was thinking about how my friend Jenica was talking about when I was expressing to her how I felt just kind of stuck, a little bit lost, and not sure what to do or where to go right now in so many ways. She referenced a story about how Albert Einstein was stuck, I guess, for 7 years, like just didn't produce anything for 7 years. This is the story she told me until one day, boom, theory of relativity, which for her was a way of saying that even when you feel stuck, your subconscious, whatever's going on in your brain, it's still working through a lot of the problems that you probably would like to be working on consciously, but just can't for one reason or another. But what stood out to me, and I think what probably is what distracted me ultimately from whatever my second point is, which hopefully coffee will remind me of in just a few short minutes, was that when I went to look and just kind of confirm that story online, and I was looking it up, like stuck, lack of productivity, whatever, and everything that came up when I was talking about like specifically being unproductive or stuck or unable to move was stuff that was related to how productive he was. Every single article was like 11 life hacks from Albert Einstein. How is Albert Einstein so productive? Albert Einstein, the most productive dude ever. Like, isn't it great? You could be just as productive as Albert. And I think that speaks volumes to like the way that we look at these stories. Because I feel like that 7 years of being stuck story is actually kind of more helpful than, you know, 11 life hacks based on Einstein's productivity levels. Free couch here though, if anybody needs a productivity couch. Paul, it's your news public.
To get milk, you have to go.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah, I can get my stuff out of there for you.
Yeah,
I'll get my stuff back eventually.
She called me on Sunday.
Paul, do you want me to take my stuff out of there? Or? But is your news public?
I mean, to my friends it is, but it can be. I mean, that's what people like.
Congratulations. Paul got his French citizenship.
French, just call me Monsieur Baron.
He just got it yesterday. It's so good. Monsieur Baron.
Monsieur Baron. Monsieur Baron with a very funny accent.
Congratulations, Paul.
Thanks, man.
I'm jealous. I'm gonna follow you as quickly as I can.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get milk. I'll be back.
Go for it. I'm making some roast cauliflower. I'm not exactly sure what this recipe is entirely. It's like a curry roast cauliflower. Gonna make it and give it to the guys at the Peloton because they haven't had lunch, and I feel like cooking and sharing the wealth. Almost knocked that over. But so I just had a really good long conversation with some friends, which is really, really good and kind of inspiring and giving me some energy. And it's two things. I think I remembered what the second point I was going to make earlier, but to finish my point about Einstein, the problem I feel like that I face, and that I think a lot of us do, is that in associating our value with our productivity, we end up, it's easy to feel useless. It's not only that I feel stalled, but now I feel like, what is my purpose in life? And when you go and you try to look up a story about Einstein being stuck and trying to figure out how did he handle that and what did that look like, and literally all the results are like, here's how Einstein was productive. It's completely opposite of what you're looking for, what I'm looking for. And highlights our fixation with like life hacks, tricks to get ahead, tricks to be the most productive we can be. And for what? For what? But that fixation on productivity, like the cult of work, is something that I'm personally kind of over, but not over. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to subscribe to that anymore, where I get my worth from that sense of productivity or how much I can contribute. But I also like don't know how to like get my heart to where my brain is, if that makes sense. My brain is there. I know that I want to, you know, change. But for one, I don't know exactly where or how to change. And for two, I've got to wait for my, you know, heart to catch up, my emotional state, my actual sense of worth to catch up. Now I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna transport it, because I guess I could mix most of it together to start to get it in there. It smells really good. Yeah, I'll come back and clean this up. So, I can't get the music to stop. Alright, we'll just do this, and I'll walk to a beat that you won't hear. That brings me back to the idea of purpose, though. I feel like I've been lacking in a sense of purpose, and a couple of interesting things have happened. One, that's part of the reason that I'm so enchanted with the idea of the chateau, and something that's held true for me since forever. I think this has always been true anytime I've sat down and tried to hammer this out, and I've been revisiting, has been the idea that purpose, for me, like happiness, a sense of purpose, a sense of satisfaction in life, all revolves around good relationships. And this year for me, despite the pandemic, was always gonna be one where I tried to refocus on my community here, friendships, and regaining that sense of, I don't know, relational completeness. And you know, they say loneliness is it's actually a killer. Longevity and overall life satisfaction are more tied to relational satisfaction than any other metric in life. And so I think for me, I've recognized there's a little bit of loneliness and isolation in my life already, and then, you know, throw a pandemic in, and it only gets more isolated as you go. But I think that's why certain ideas, like the chateau in particular, end up resonating with me. I went on a phone call with a bunch of former Mercy shippers, only like one of whom I actually knew before this. But you know, Mercy shippers in France, they're trying to reconnect a bunch of alumni as they reboot the office here. And even though I didn't know many of them, it gave me that real sense of like, oh yeah, I miss that. I miss community on mission, you know, with a purpose. With a singular drive. Even if the conditions aren't perfect, and even if times are tough, and it can actually be really stressful and really difficult, like those are some really good and satisfying times in my life. And so I've just been thinking about that a lot, which is why I'm making lunch for these guys too, because it's like, you know what, I want to invest in my friends and my community and support them whatever way I can as I go. And oh crap, I left the money for Back in Black back at the apartment. I've got to go back and do the dishes anyway, so we'll try to do that after. But that's where my mind is right now. That's what I'm centering around. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna find the right sense of purpose to my life, a little bit of a sense of meaning, it needs to be with people that I love and care about, new and old. And how do I do that? Of course, having projects you're excited about and things you're passionate about help a lot too, but I think that's what's gonna get me unstuck more than anything. It's finding ways to invest in my community, and also there are a couple projects on the horizon that might be getting some new life, and those are exciting too. Lunchtime. Sorry that took so long.
No, bro. Thanks, man. Amazing. Have you eaten?
No. Let's see if we can split it.
So this woman found a squirrel in her backyard.
Yeah.
Eating pears, but they were all on the ground, so they're all fermented pears.
Oh god. Oh my gosh.
He's like really
He is messed up.
Yes.
He is really messed up. Voila.
Cheers, man.
Presentation's not entirely on point, but
Looks amazing.
oh, I'll take that. I'll take it. Hopefully it tastes good. Actually, that's the question. You get to be the experiment. Does it taste good?
Well, yeah, their whole basis is good as well. Go serve yourself.
You guys first.
Alright, what's the first prize? A new breath.
Really excellent.
I paid him to say that.
Yeah.
Dishes complete. Not so hard to do. I guess I'm just, what is it? I think it's been a very up and down season. Been very isolating. Spending some time with friends. One of the things that got me out of my funk yesterday was just having a drink and a chat outside with Pushan, which was really, really helpful. And I mean, just friendship is so important. Community is so important. Projects are good. Productivity is good. Like dreams and hopes and all that are good. And I think that they're important. They're elements of my personality that I'm not going to let go. And I have some big projects and some big dreams that I'm working on or want to work on, and that's all part of it. But finding the right ways to engage with my friends and build my community here is what's most important, and why I think, like I said, ideas like the chateau or going back to the ship for a little bit maybe, or anything like that has an appeal to me, whether or not it's realistic or likely to happen. Because, you know, just that sense of serving other people and being in the lives of other people, that's what makes, I don't know, for me, that's what makes life worth living, is being invested in other people. And so that's what I'm thinking on. I feel like I'm getting closer to it. I feel like this year's actually been surprisingly productive in that front, even though we've been cut off at the knees in a lot of ways and haven't been able to see each other as much or at all at certain points. Like right now, we hardly can see each other. But I don't know, I'm feeling hopeful. And talking about it, I started this morning feeling pretty lost, and I'm ending the afternoon here feeling a little bit rejuvenated, very rejuvenated actually. Partially from talking to you, partially from talking to some friends here, partially from just thinking. It's good. Anyways, I saw Back in Black posted that they're open again. Theoretically, they should be open. I want to go before they close. So let's go over there right now. Give them their cash for their virtual coffees. Thanks again to everybody who made that possible. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, the last video I made, I think is a pretty good explanation of what's going on. I'll link to that as well. And let's go drop that off. And then I think I'm going to call it a day, edit this, and maybe go to bed early or something like that. Well, they cleaned this up a little bit at least. But dang. Whew. Toasty. All right, well, there's your everything got burned progress report. Now to go around the corner and see if Back in Black is actually back. We'll find out. Oh no, come on. Oh, hey, hold on. We might be in luck. Oh, baby. Yeah. Oh, money. Salut.
Hey, ça va?
Ouais, ça va? Tout ça tient?
Ouais, très bien.
Ouais, ça va très bien. C'est que toi aujourd'hui ou
C'est non, il y avait Sarah et un autre barista.
Ah oui? Que la dernière fois qu'on a fait, mais j'ai besoin de 150 cafés virtuels aussi, si je peux.
Ok, ça va tout seul. Comment...
Est-ce qu'ils ont expliqué la dernière fois?
Non, pas du tout.
Ben, effectivement, tout ça c'est pour vous.
Wow.
Ouais. Et c'est...
Merci.
Ouais, de rien.
Wow.
Et effectivement, c'est du monde qui vous voulez soutenir
Ok, wow, merci
à distance, quoi. Ouais.
Merci.
De rien. Et aussi, moi, je vais prendre un mocha si je peux. Mais
On peut faire un mocha alors?
ouais, oui, ça sera bien, mais
Wow. Merci.
And there we go. I hope I caught, I don't know if I angled the phone quite right. I was trying to get it, I was trying to be pseudo surreptitious because Remy didn't know that was coming, but hopefully I got his like, he had a couple really good reactions, so I was really excited. And good news, I've been talking to them behind the scenes a little bit, but we were just talking about it. Hopefully next week, we're gonna roast a batch together so you can see what the roasting is like at KB. They're my favorite roaster in town. And we're gonna do a little special batch together. So it'll be like the Jay special. So if you want to get some coffee in the not too distant future, we're gonna roast a batch here soon, and that'll be really fun. I'm really excited. So anyways, that was really great. Thank you to everybody who made that possible. Thank you to everybody who joined in on supporting KB Coffee, the Peloton, and Good News Coffee with the second round of virtual coffees. It made all of their days. They're all very thankful. I think a couple of them are definitely thinking about how they can thank you themselves, but it's very much appreciated, and I'm really grateful. that, yeah, I'm really grateful that I can be a supportive and contributing member of my community, and that's only possible because you're a supporting and contributing member of my community. So thank you very much, appreciate that. Anywho, gonna hop on the metro. Getting a mocha to go may not have been the most sensible thing to do, so maybe I'll walk for a little bit and drink this, hop on the metro, head home, edit this, and I'll see you bright and early again one of these mornings soon with more little plots and plans for the near future. Hopefully. See you then.